What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam. Today I'm back with a brand new lifeguarding video. If you guys are new to the channel, make a bunch of lifeguarding content about how to pass the course, how to pass the pre-test, basically everything you need to know about becoming a successful lifeguard. So definitely consider subscribing and liking the video if you're new to the channel. Now today's video, we're gonna be talking about making your first save as a lifeguard. Now it's funny because there's a lot of lifeguards that I know that make tons of saves, and there's other lifeguards I know that have lifeguarded for a decent amount of time and they still haven't made their first save yet. So today I'm gonna talk about how you can handle those nerves, how you can be prepared, and how you can just do your job and make saves effortlessly. Do things by the book, but also maintain professionalism and just get the job done. And I'm gonna try and give you guys as much confidence as possible so you can continue lifeguarding and you don't have to worry about anything. Now, before I dive into it, only around 10% of you guys are subscribed, so it would mean the world to me if you would hit the subscribe button. I am so close to 4,000, and I'll be very happy if I hit 4,000 before the end of the summer. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description if you want to see my personal posts and you're interested in that. But yeah, enough said, let's get right into the video. So quick story, my first lifeguarding job, it was the YMCA. I was a sophomore in high school and I would work part-time, meaning I would work like I think Fridays, Saturday mornings, and Tuesdays at night. And I would guard a decent amount of time, a good amount of people swimming. There was like a lap swimming pool and there was like a small pool with swim lessons. So I saw a lot of people swimming every time I worked, and I worked there for around 2 years in the off season, basically all fall, winter, and spring, and I didn't have to make any saves. To this day, my first lifeguarding job, I had to make 0 saves. No one needed my help. I was guarding, nothing went wrong. So I guess you can say as a young lifeguard in high school, I did a good job of preventing, but in reality, just nothing really happened. I was just at a very chill job. But all that changed when I went to a summer job. My second year, I had like 4 rescues. My first year during summer camp, I made 0 rescues. My second year, I had like 4. Now it's very randomized. You never know what may happen. It might be your first shift ever, your last shift ever. So all of you out there that are just waiting for something to happen, waiting for your first save, like you haven't had to jump in yet, you're eager, maybe you're nervous, or maybe you're like anxious when you're at work. Just remember, it's completely random, but as long as you follow these tips, you'll be completely fine. You'll be very prepared. And if you do a good job of preventing, I think it will significantly reduce the chances of you having to jump in and you having to get involved. So the number one tip for you guys, especially in terms of handling nerves, let's say you're anxious for your first rescue, is to be prepared. Now, how do you prepare? Like you already took the lifeguarding course, you have a job, you're sitting there, you're just waiting. It's always refresh yourself with some of the rescue techniques, things you've learned in the course. Now, I'm not saying go super in depth and have to read a book on it. I'm saying just like look at some notes you took, maybe watch some like lifeguard videos of some of the rescues in the pool. Basically just refresh your memory so you can be prepared. If anything happens, it's fresh in your mind and you can act on it. Now, a lot of my rescues is just natural instinct. Yes, I use my training. Yes, I do techniques that I learned in the course, but a lot of it is just my natural instinct doing the best thing in that moment. So I'm not abandoning what I've learned, but I'm also not doing it super strictly by the book, to the sense where it's not really authentic and you're not acting in the fastest time, the quickest time, the most efficient time to save the person. So now when I say fast and efficient, I'm not saying you're rushing everything, you're doing everything as fast as you can. What I'm saying is you're cool, you approach with confidence because you don't want to hurt yourself, you don't want to get yourself in danger. Because if you act too rushed and you're trying to get there as fast as you can, you have the risk of you hurting yourself, scraping your leg, tripping, falling, hitting your head. So you want to be careful. You want to be controlled with your movements, but you also know that like there's a time frame because the person's struggling to swim. So as long as you maintain cool, calm, collected, and you refresh your notes and you do a combination of what they teach you along with like your personal natural instincts and abilities, your swimming abilities, obviously they're strong because you passed the course, that's how you make all of your saves, and that is the best thing you can do. So in summary, for the first tip, definitely refresh yourself with some of the notes and just trust your natural ability. Now, tip number 2, this kind of goes hand in hand with tip number 1, but I'm gonna do an analogy and it's gonna help you guys. So I know not all of you like played sports or like baseball, softball, or whatever, but when you play baseball or softball and you're on defense, you're in the outfield or you're playing like a certain base, right? When there's someone up to bat, in your mind you're thinking of, okay, if the ball gets hit to me, I throw it here. If I catch it, there's this many outs. So it's kind of before the play even happens, you're aware of what to do with the ball if the ball is hit towards you. It's the same thing with lifeguarding. Before anything happens, you should know the procedure of your facility, the whistles, how many times you blow the whistle, where's the switch to activate the front desks, how do you activate the emergency action plan. The more comfortable you are with the procedures and the step-by-step of your facility, the easier it's gonna be. You're not gonna be frozen in the moment. You're not gonna be like, oh crap, what do I do? You're just gonna be on the move, doing everything perfectly, and that's how you build confidence. So if anything happens, you're not really gonna be nervous. You're gonna know what to do. Nerves from lifeguarding, yes, you get nervous naturally because you're a new lifeguard, you're sitting there for the first time, but nerves typically come from not being prepared enough. So if you're very prepared, there's nothing to be nervous about because you know what to expect, and you know what to do. And so everything is something you've already seen. Now the third tip, now this is a game-changing one, especially if you're working with a team of lifeguards or there's a lot of people in the pool, is to communicate. There have been times where I look at someone in the pool, they're like kind of struggling, they don't look comfortable, and I say, hey, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm playing this game. Or like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I just have a foot cramp. So like, you just gotta communicate. You can just ask a question like, hey, are you okay? And if they look at you with a worried face and they don't say anything, obviously that's your time to go in. But if they smile, they're like, yeah, I'm all right. Maybe their swimming is super unorthodox. Maybe they're swimming, they're like young kid and their swimming looks like they're struggling, but that's just how they swim. Like stuff like that. So you get the point. So yeah, communicate with the guards around you, especially with the zones. Definitely say like, hey, can you grab this? Hey, can you do that? Every guard on duty should know what to do as the primary rescuer, the secondary rescuer, the third rescuer. And that comes back to tips 1 and 2. But yeah, so my point is if there's ways to build chemistry despite repetition, because some pools, it's just not very eventful compared to like wave pools where there's like rescues every single day. So just try to build chemistry, make sure everyone's on the same page, communicate with the swimmers, also communicate with the lifeguards around you. And I guarantee for your first ever lifeguard rescue, it's going to go great. You're gonna know exactly what to do. And you're gonna feel really nice inside because you're gonna be like, wow, I saved someone's life today, I helped someone out. So it's a very warm feeling, it's a great feeling, but also you don't wanna see someone in danger. So you're just doing your job. That's why you're there, that's why they pay you money, is for you to be there to prevent anything from happening. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Definitely like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Definitely comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you all in the next upload. Thanks so much, peace out.